Classic.
It helps me sync everything. It's so hard sometimes without it.
I like it. It's cool.
It feels really official.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
We're doing it. Right.
And I think I'm good.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we're going to talk about Mr. Daniels and talk about art. The first thing I would love you to talk about is to complete this sentence, like, Mr. Daniels pushes me as an artist / student in the following ways. So if you could talk about that a little bit.
Mr. Daniels pushes me as a student because he really advocates for an individualized creative process in a very unique way for each of his students. And he wants each of us to succeed, but in an individualized way that isn't set to a specific curriculum or like his idea of success or anyone's idea of success.
Yeah.
So he has to get to know us all really well and connect with us and understand where we want to see our art go and how, like, who we are creatively. And I think that's a really special environment, and it pushes me in a different way than my other classes because I know that he has my back and he believes in me and he believes in an idea that I have created.
Right, which is different because in another class you are being measured to kind of more concrete standards to show what your progress is. But he's kind of letting you direct the trajectory of how you become as an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you feel like trust between you and him come into play in that process?
I mean, the trust came pretty immediately because he has like these little like quirky ways to like connect with students. Like at the beginning of the year, this year and last year, I think, he like tells each of the students what song matches their like their personality or like the feeling they get from them, and like,
oh my gosh.
So he like it becomes like a running like joke, or like he forms inside jokes with each of the students.
Yeah.
That like it's like subtle ways of forming just like a really important bond of trust, and it comes at different times for everyone, I'm sure, but he definitely has a specific connection with each of the students.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And he made that evident right away.
Yeah.
That was important to him as a teacher. Yeah, that's amazing. Talk about the art studio space and how that's different than like a regular classroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
The art studio space is unique because it's so open and free, and the walls are like gray and white, and originally I'm sure they were not very decorated, and it was like just an open and like kind of like a blank canvas.
Sure.
But that's hard for me to imagine because the room is so decorated with everyone's art now and everyone's creativity, and the floors have paint all over them, and the walls have posters that he's put up in his own art, and it just like promotes the ideas that the classroom and the class do. So it's like it's a good image for the class and it sets a tone for
and you feel like you can be like that kind of freedom creates a place where you feel like you can maybe explore things that you wouldn't feel comfortable to otherwise. Maybe definitely it's like there's a freedom in the room that's important to creating, and then also the fact that there's creativity all over the room, and it's been colored with creativity, that it really just like establishes a feeling when you walk into the room that I think is important. What's that feeling?
It's like you just know that it's time to create, and you can express yourself in a way that is special.
And that Mr. Daniels is there to guide you in any way that you need him to through that process.
And to believe in you if you have an idea.
That's amazing. I love that. Let me see. There was something else I wanted to ask you. Oh, what does it mean to you, I guess, to be able to do art at Whitfield?
Well, Whitfield really emulates this strong sense of community that is so important to the school, and it's definitely prominent in all of my classes. That sense of community, but within that community, it's important to have minor groups and communities that create Whitfield as a whole.
Right.
So when I walk into the art classroom, I feel like it's this separate entity within the school that I feel like supported, and I feel like my desires are shared with other students in the classroom, because I know throughout the day there are a lot of students like me that have this desire to create and this desire to be creative, but you don't always get to have an outlet for that throughout the day.
Right.
So having that space and like that group where everyone shares the same wants, and
it's like you're all starting on a level playing field.
Yeah.
Even before you do anything, you know you're all there for the same reason.
Yeah, and then it just forms this connection within the school.
Yeah,
think
I
is
love
important.
that. That's awesome. I guess the last question I have is, what are you most grateful for that Mr. Daniels like has given you as a teacher?
I guess I'm most grateful that, I mean, he's really funny, and he, like I said before, he just creates this really important connection and this important bond with the students, and I've felt that bond with him, and I just feel like I know I have someone that has my back at the school, and I know I have someone that believes in me, even if I'm doing something weird or it doesn't make sense.
Right.
And I just think that's really important for the school, and I'm really grateful for that.
Oh, that's so good. So good. I love it. You're the best. Well, I think that's great. The last thing is that we're just, like I said to Isabel, we're having everybody just like give a thank you. So if you could look right here and just say, first just thank you by itself, and then say thank you, Mr. Daniels.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Daniels.
Perfect. I think that's a wrap. Good?
Awesome. Yeah.
All right.